Hey, what's up guys? It's ElasticSpyder here, and today we've got yet another community replay. I've lost track on what number we're on, so let's just get into this. Why not? We are featuring DMags 98. He's very nicely have sent us in a Kurfurst replay, and it is certainly a great game. So, before we get to do anything else, we have to admire the very beautiful premium camo that the Kurfurst gets. I love this camo. I love the German camo. But yeah, I just want to get that out of the way. I've got a thing for very nice looking ships. But regardless, D-Mags is playing in his Kurfurst, and I bet he's got a secondary build. I certainly hope so, because secondary builds on German battleships are just hilarious. So, looks like the majority of the team is going BC. Not a bad option. Typically, I like to go AB, but this map is somewhat balanced. It is a bit hard to go from C to B, just because of those two very big islands. But a lot of time, because they are so big and they're actually so long, you can very easily encompass the whole cap, and it's very hard to do anything if you're the enemy team sitting in Bravo, or even around Bravo, because you can really flank. You can push pretty hard through the middle and also flank very well on the outsides as well. Yeah, let's get into this replay. He's going to be going in second, just behind his Kagero buddy. One bounce on that first salvo off on the Bismarck. And yep, he's just going to be pushing now. Again, kind of have to remind yourself that, remember the spotter plane, the 5-minute catapult fighter, it doesn't last 5 minutes. I still find myself doing that. I'm sure D-Mags did the same there. Instantly pops it. But just as we're waiting, maybe he can get on the cap. It doesn't look like it now, looking at the score, or the cap progress. So he's just gonna say, let's go. I ain't scared of nothing, as a good German would say. And I also like that he's definitely keeping pretty active in chat, telling ships and telling people, "Yay, I need this target dead. We need to focus this guy. He's good. Blah blah blah. Whatever the reason is, we need to focus this guy." And I like that. It shows leadership, and it shows who knows what they're doing. Because a lot of time people just click and shoot. They don't actually analyze the situation that they're looking at. So again, he's doing the very good thing. He's pushing. That's what you should do in a German battleship. You push hard. That's why you've got Hydro. Hydro is not a sit back and let's snipe consumable. It's a let's push these guys and let's do some work. Pops his Hydro right there, spots the Des Moines, and I'm sure another ship was going to be spotted. Yep, the Edinburgh bro. Is spotted, but he's gonna hold his fire. He's gonna wait for this Des Moines. Maybe. Okay, I hope so. It does have to be careful. Des Moines at this range is quite scary when giving this much broadside. Very nice, 46,000 double citadel right through the bow. That poor Des Moines didn't even have a chance. But a bit curious why he doesn't have secondaries trained on the Des Moines. If you control left click, that'll take care of that, and he would have been dead within seconds. He wouldn't have to fire this second salvo, and he could have actually shot at something else like the Edinburgh bro or even the other Kurfursts. Just something to point out. That's something you always do want to keep in mind. So now he's sailing away. He's going to try and get some health back. He did take quite a bit from the Des Moines and the Kurfürst secondaries as well. There's also another Bismarck sitting there. So he's going to wait for his heal to come back and kind of let the rest of his team actually do something for once. That seems to be a very common trend in German battleships, is when you push, sometimes your team helps you, sometimes they don't. And it feels, at least for me, it does feel like a lot of times they don't. But again, he's another thing I like to do in German battleships. He's actually slowed down. He's come to pretty much a complete stop, just so he can get his secondary shooting. This is actually a very smart and kind of cheeky tactic to use, because he's getting, I think, almost all, if not all, then at least around 90-ish%, 80-ish, 90-ish% of his secondaries to get shooting. So that's awesome. I like to see that in German battleship replays. Of course, aiming at the superstructure, aiming at the bow would be completely useless in this scenario. We don't know how much damage he did, but he did get 6 penetrations. Looks like a decent chunk, probably around 10k. Pops his heel, and oh boy, this is a big clunky ship, is it not? Okay, so Friedrich is almost dead. He's gonna die. I mean, it's just a matter of time. D-Max shoots, and he gets a nice solid 10k, and the Hindenburg finishes him off. Now, if I were D-Mag, I probably would push the middle. But he's not me, and he's actually probably somewhat smart, and that'd be pretty much suicide, especially with your hydro down. So he's going to push around with his buddies. Again, good move. 2 radar cruisers. And I didn't see what that battleship was, but that's the Tirpitz. But again, 2 radar cruisers. No destroyers are going to want to get near that, and that's for sure. So now that D-Max is waiting for his last heals, as soon as he gets his some health back, he instantly loses it from that battleship that gave him an 18k salvo. So he just wants to get behind the island. He just wants to use his freaking heals. That's all he wants in life. That's all he wants. He just wants to heal, and heal some more. Shoots at the Edinburgh bro. He's turning. Wrong time to move. Wrong time to turn, comrade. But unfortunately, it does not look like Dispersion gave him a bone. He might have aimed a little bit behind as well. It did look like the Edinburgh turned quite abruptly, and D-Max just couldn't calibrate his guns well enough. Again, shooting at the Kaaba, good. I like to see this, even though that Edinburgh is good amount of broadside. I do like to see that he's shooting at the Kaaba. Again, your XP is calculated by a percentage, so doing 1,000 one overpen on a destroyer is like doing about 10k to a, let's say, a Kurfurst or something of that, or like a Yamato. They're the equivalent. You do 1/10 of the damage to, ouch, yeah, that too. But you do 1/10 of a damage to a destroyer, and 1/10 of a damage to a battleship, and they're exact same in terms of XP. But again, one is a little bit more valuable to your team. So D-Mags popped his hydro while I was explaining that, and there's the Yamato. I like to see this getting down and dirty with some battleships. I consider that a bounce. That to me in the Kurfurst, that is a bounce. 4,000 damage, like, come on now, comrade. You think you're gonna get past my beautiful stuff? Right now, I would, if I was D-Max, I would put my secondaries on the Mogami. It looks like they're shooting at him now. That is awesome. He's got 3 fires. He should be repairing pretty soon. There we go. Secondaries kill the Mogami. The Montana. Oh boy, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? Ooh, Ooh, 5 citadels. Jesus Christ. Secondaries, come on. Come on, secondaries. Come on, secondaries. Yamato's guns can't aim low enough. Come on, secondaries. Give him the double strike. Oh, so close. But he gets the ram, and he kills Yamato for a very good amount of damage. It looks like the Montana did pop his heels, so his secondaries were not able to finish him off. But that was breathtaking. Certainly breathtaking. My gosh, I've lost my breath. But we're going to look at the screenshots very, very quickly. Alright guys, looking at the screenshots here. Unfortunately, his team could not pull it off. Managed to do 278,000 damage in the Kurfurst. That is just insane. Kind of reminds me of that Montana game that I posted on the channel about a month ago now, I think. Where I actually did a shit ton of damage to a lot of battleships and ended up ramming a Yamato. Seems like that's a very common trend. Ramming Yamatos are the most fun thing to do in World of Warships. He's just shy of the Kraken with 4 kills. He gets 8 citadels, 5 of which were on that Montana for 80,000 damage. Close quarters, devastating strike, and high caliber couldn't got another devastating strike. 1742 base XP, pretty good for the losing team. Again, his team could not pull it off. You can see the ruin. The Iowa did not manage to kill the Des Moines and the other Iowa. Looking at the credits, not bad. 416,000 credits earned, and a nice chunk of free XP as well. Looking at the damage, wow. My gosh, 180,000 from armor piercing. Secondaries did a nice 23. And fires and flooding. Ha ha ha. Fires 17,000 and ramming 57 on that Yamato. Looking at the potential damage, 21 million. Oh my gosh. 2.1 million potential damage. And then damage upon spotting. Bit interesting that Hydro is very powerful, is 55,000 points of damage, and definitely a nice chunk of team play. And that just about wraps it up, guys. Again, if you want to submit a community replay, send it to BIAworldofwarships@gmail.com. Please include the replay file and the in-game screenshots, and we will be more than happy to check it out, and maybe you guys can get featured on our channel. But without further ado, guys, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you all next time.